Get a £5 free bet every week with Offer Club from William Hill. Simply stake a total of £20 or more across the week on pre-match football accumulators with 4 or more selections, and you'll get a £5 free bet on the Friday. Join William Hill Offer Club on mobile or online now.
Sonny Donnelly, IFL TV in association with Macklins Gym Marbella. I'm at the Dorchester Hotel in London today for the Haye versus BELLEW'S press conference. With me, I've got Sky pundit Johnny Nelson. Johnny, first reactions?
To be expected. Tony gets in the moment, gets a bit emotional. I must admit, it's the first time I've seen David Haye so emotionally involved in any fight, which means Tony's got under his skin, which means we've got a fight in our hands. David usually tries to stay cool, he used to try and drop a couple of one-liners out. This is the first time I've seen him get emotionally involved, invested in a fight, because there was no verbal control there. From both, we've seen it from Tony, we haven't seen that from David. So now all of a sudden, tactics are going to be thrown out the window. This is getting personal, really personal, which was expected, and Tony's done exactly what he wanted to do, which is drag David into his mindset. And this is where Tony's happy. He finds calm out of chaos. I was
sort of worried it's going to get a bit too personal, but I think sort of Tony may know a few things that he don't want to say.
It will do as he gets closer. It will do as he gets closer. You know, and I think he's trying to keep his powder dry. So you think that wasn't keeping his powder dry. It will do as he gets closer, and that's why David knew, and that's why I think David was biting the way he was biting. Just ask anybody that's watching this: have they ever seen David Haye act like that before a fight in any scenario? Never.
I'd say no. It's the first time I've sort of seen Eddie react as he did as well. He sort of took a nibble from what Haye said about the promotion thing. What did you make of that?
Because it just got a bit personal. This stuff happens behind the scenes, and because things happen behind the scenes, these things are boiled over into the public. And so now all of a sudden certain personal things are starting to come out. So that's why Eddie's took a bit out of it as well. Obviously,
people do assume that after seeing David Haye on a few programmes that he's starting to take fights for money instead of fights for titles. What do you make of it all?
No, that's easily said and done. Listen, I'm a fighter, and when you get in a ring, you can tell, when that's the case, and this ain't the case. This is, the money is important, but this is about pride now. Because none of these guys can afford to lose this now, because pride's at stake. This ain't about dough. That was the last thing.
What do you think the tactics will be going to this fight? Obviously, I know that Haye is also...
Tactics should be, for David, be calm, be patient, be cautious, be cunning. For Tony, he needs to get David to get involved, get engaged like he did today. So if you look at the press conference today, I'd say 1-0 to Tony Bellew, because he's got David Haye to act completely out of character. And that's how that tactics for the fight is who lands first. Because that's when the fight sets fire.
Obviously, I missed it myself because it was a bit hectic. But did David throw a punch at the end there?
No, he just got in his face, and Tony pushed him off, and that's where all the security were just a bit anxious about how this thing would pan out. So that's what's going to happen. You've got two bulls. They're trying to mark the territory, and that's basically what's happening.
How do you think press conferences like that promote big fights like this?
They do, but what's frustrating me is the public think, and you've got cynics that think it's pantomime. This is for real. It ain't. You can tell when it's bullshit. This ain't bullshit. This is for real, and you could tell by the look on Eddie Hearn and Adam Smith's face sat between them, like two kids seeing their parents argue. We're thinking, I want to keep out of it. I don't want to take sides, and that's how it got.
Next week could potentially be another whole lot of fireworks with Chisora versus White. Yeah. I know they've been told to keep away from each other by the boxing board of control.
They've got to keep these guys away from each other until the bell goes.
Do you think it could be worse than that?
Oh God, yeah. I think that could get physical, so they've got to keep them away from each other, even at the weigh-in. They can't even have these guys doing a face-off. They cannot let it happen, because if it does, the fight is in jeopardy.
It's exciting times.
Good times.
Exciting. I can think. I feel like a kid at Christmas. It's already Christmas come early.
It's gonna be wicked.
All right, well, Johnny Nelson, thank you very much for your time. I know there's a few other people want to get you.
Bless.
A mad day today. Let's hope it continues. Sweet.